Guys, we finally got Jack out of the villa. Jack has finally been dumped. Yes! After how long? He overstayed his welcome. I'm not sad that they're gone. Sher, you just was collateral damage, unfortunately. You could catch a plane back to Miami. He could catch his plane back to Dublin. Thank you very much. But also, what I said yesterday still stands. If I end up being rude to people, I am not sorry. I'm not apologizing for any comments I make because I feel like what I'm watching is like a repeat. I feel like I'm watching, what's the word? Like a remake of season 12 Love Island, the season that's just gone. I feel like I'm constantly, like I'm watching a remake because of all the BS that's taking place. I feel like people are piping up when they shouldn't be piping up. I feel like people are just constantly going at people. Like, now at this point, it is bullying. Like, before, with the whole Scott and Sean thing, I wouldn't class that as bullying because that was just like probably 2 times that happened. This is a daily thing now. So this I will class as bullying. And what these idiots need to understand is that they're literally bullying Sean and Lucinda to winning the show. I don't care. Some things are, not me not even having my notes out, y'all. I just deep it. I'm thinking to myself, oh, like, sorry. I'm thinking to myself, wait, hold on. I'm just talking freely, but okay, I had to get my notes prepared. But I don't care if Lucinda's in it just for the money. I don't care what it is at this point. Send her to the final and let her win the show because I'm tired. Like, I'm mentally drained. And like I said, I'm having flashbacks from season 12. I'm having serious flashbacks, so yeah. But before we get into today's review, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as you guys already know, we are on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Please do excuse my voice. Guys, there's a nasty cold going around, and this cold has now affected my voice. When I should be resting my voice, I'm here doing reviews, which I love. So it's my fault. It's my own fault. I really should not be speaking, I should really rest for a few days. But I'm going to use this weekend to rest my voice. I'm actually going to be away. So I can use this weekend to... my voice is gone. Like, I can use this weekend to really rest my voice. But I'm going to try not to get too agitated. But I don't know. I need to really rest my voice. But anyway, without further ado, let's get straight into this. So the episode starts off with Jessy said how the drama in yesterday's episode overshadowed what was going on between her and Tommy. But the thing is, you inserted yourself in business that didn't concern you. If you had just shut your mouth like you stayed on mute on your season, you and Tommy could have had a wonderful time together. But because you wanted to insert yourself, you know what energy... And someone said it on Twitter, you know. And I was like, that's actually true. You know what energy Jessy was giving? Blue. Y'all remember the bullshit Blue was doing? Jessy came and done exactly the same thing. You're inserting yourself and adding your 2 pence when it wasn't needed. But yeah, you and Tommy could have had a happy evening, drama-free evening, but you decided to go and insert yourself. But don't worry, again, I'm going to have to drag Jessy because she's piping up way too much. And I don't know where this energy has come from. Because you're not the bomb. Remember, you are not the bombshell anyone asks for, respectfully. We then have Harrison and Carrington talking up on the terrace. Having these two in the villa is double trouble. Let me just tell you that for free. It's actually trouble. Harrison is having fun with Belle, but still finds there is something with Sher. And Carrington wants to get to know Jessy. So basically now what they decide to do, these airheads decide to wingman each other. So basically Carrington is going to pull Sher. Harrison will pull Jessy. They will all go sit to... Actually, I'm jumping. I'm actually jumping. Excuse me. They want to raise the temperature a little bit. So then they end up coming up with this plan to pull the opposite girl. Me personally, these guys have no cojones because if you want to really move to a girl or chat to a girl, you'll just go pull the girl instead of coming up with this whole game plan. I know they probably want to try raise the temperature a little bit in the villa, make it a bit more interesting, but that's a bit corny to me. Like, if I wanted to pull someone, I'm just going to go pull the person. Why am I coming up with a whole game plan? It's very corny to me. But anyway, the others clocked on immediately what they were doing. What's funny is that them two actually thought they were sly. But what you need to understand is that there's people that have been in the game longer than you, so they know your tactics. And even Helena, I think Helena was the first person to clock, like, the wing manning each other. So now Carrington and Sher having a talk, and Sher and Harrison, she's saying that her and Harrison, what's going on with me? Her and Harrison have had great chats, and what she gets from Harrison, she's not getting from Jack. Harrison and Jessy are now having a conversation, and Harrison calls both of them over. Belle told Scott to mind his business. And this is why Belle's getting on my last nerves. Not getting, she's been getting on my nerves. And I understand that they done this twist today, but you lot need to open, on Sunday, please open up the public vote. I beg, like, I'm actually begging you, open up the public vote, because some of these people actually need to go. They need to go. How is Belle telling Scott to mind his business, but everyone else is involved in the business? At this point, you just want someone to be mad at, and it happened to be Scott. Belle is too much of a, she's an angry bird. Literally. They refer to ladies as birds in that villa. Oh, I'm gonna pull this bird for a chat. I'm gonna, that's how men sometimes refer to women, right? So if that's the case, she's an angry bird. Literally, like the game, the game Angry Bird? That's Belle. Always angry, always swearing, always cussing. Her way to articulate words, and I've said it already and I'll say it again, her vocabulary is very small. For you to only know how to F and blind, your English must be poor. I'm actually wondering what grade she got back in school, because for you, your literature is poor, because all you know how to do is F and cuss. Like I said, I don't care where she's from. I know girls from South London that they don't get on like that. So it's not a stigma. It's just what's going on in your household and who you're hanging around. And yeah, I said what I said. Like, ain't nobody checking me. I said what I said. Anyway, all four of them, they all then decide to go to the secret garden, meaning Harrison, Carrington, Jessy, and Sher. Very odd. I think that's the first time in Love Island history, since I've been watching, where I've seen more than 2 people in the secret garden. These places that used to be so sacred, they're not sacred anymore. So all 4 of them are now in the secret garden, and they're all just basically talking about their situations, their current situations, and how it's going. Carrington is open. Jessy said Tommy is her priority, but she is open. Jack has said that he's had enough of being effed about. But this is the thing. It's so funny. And this is why in this game later on that they play, people are clocking them, because you're feeling this type of way. Have you expressed assured that you're tired of being effed over? How you're feeling is how you should speak to her. Tell her how you're feeling, but you haven't. All now is just like, it's coming like you're beggy. And I just want to add this as it's on my mind. Don't think because you see them holding hands at the end that this is going to last, She go back to Miami and forget about Jack. She going to be like, Jack who? Yeah, that's not working out. So just forget all of that now. Belle, Sammy, Helena, and Millie. Helena and Belle go into the secret garden as well. That was just a very weird and odd situation. Like, the secret garden should never be that packed. It should never be that packed. That's coming like I don't know, like a community area. Like when you're in a youth club and you get a couple of people in, I don't know, in the main hall or in the hall where the TV is. That's what that was coming like. That's really supposed to be for 2 people to have a private conversation, or for people to kiss or do whatever they're doing. Not for all of you guys to have a big group ass discussion in there. I can't lie, that was weird movements. Millie was just wondering how Tommy is feeling. Tommy will be Tommy and say it's fine. At the end of the day, I think Tommy's through it. Tommy, oh my gosh. I don't know how Tommy has lasted this long, and that's no offense to him, because he has been cool, but it's just like, no one wants him like that. And I mean that with all due respect. Like, no one actually wants him like that. Helena says as they went as a group, they didn't want to look as bad. And that's so true, because at the end of the day, you doing what you've done is even more sneaky. Because the fact, you guys need to deep it, yeah? It's sly. And I've always said I don't like sly people. I'd rather you be direct. That was very indirect with how they done it. They said, oh, if we go as a group, it doesn't look as bad. No, you're just weird. All four of them, actually. Because like Whitney said later on in the challenge, you can say no to the secret garden, which is true. You didn't have to go. If you want to take me to the secret garden, you're saying let's go as a group, I'll be like, I'm not going in there as a group. You didn't need to go in there as a group. You could have said no, you two go in, then we'll go in after. It's not a group discussion. Jessy and Tommy are now having a conversation. She made it clear he's her priority, and he said that she could do whatever she wants. Well, yeah, she is a bombshell, not a good one to be exact. If she thinks that coming and getting involved in other people's businesses is a good bombshell, then she could think again. And as one Jessy, it's so funny that Jessy is saying that, you know, she's not, you know, she wouldn't call Lucinda a friend, but she's out here making TikToks with her. It's doing the rounds on social media. Like, make it make sense. She's not your friend, but you're out here doing TikToks with her in a car. This is what I'm saying. People be coming on trying to impress the public, but we're not impressed. We find you cringe, we find you corny, we find you weird, and you'll get dumped. Me personally, I'm not gonna lie, normally I do vote for Whitney. No, she automatically always gets my vote, but I feel like in just this one instance, I might just vote for Lucinda and Sean. Just this once. Because we need to prove a point. I think these people in this villa need to really understand that Belle, Sammy, who else? Just they're not actually running things. And Jessy is also far up Belle's art. It's bare weird. Like these girls are mad weird. Like I'm telling you, it's giving. No offense to Helena, because Helena's actually been alright this season, but it's actually giving the Helena, Meg, and Megan of last season. That's literally, it's like, I'm telling you, it's almost as if they've been what's the word? Not reincarnated, because that's when they say like someone dies but they come back to life in another form. What's the word? I don't know. There's a word for it, but it's given that. And someone even made a post of them as mean girls. Because that's what it's given. It's like, I should not be uncomfortable watching a reality show like that. And it's uncomfortable watching it. It's disgusting, honestly. Helena clocked both of them. And Belle said that she ain't the one. Well, we know that you're just screaming and shouting in the person's face, because that's what you're good at doing. Whitney then ended up receiving a text. And tonight is the All-Stars party time. We know this game was going to be messy. Helena asked Jessy if her and Carrington's chats have been flirty, and she said yeah. And Carrington has been lying to Helena. Maya Jama then ends up joining the party, and then they now end up playing a game, to be honest. This is where the bulk of the review is, to be honest with you, because at the start, nothing really happened like that. So Maya's gonna read out a category, and then they're gonna have to pick up the card with the couple that fits the category. So the first one is the couple that is the most boring. I'm also gonna play this game as well. I want to be involved as well because I can answer this question. So Whitney and Yemen go first. They pick Sean and Lucinda. I disagree with that. I don't think that they're boring. I actually think they're bringing the entertainment to the villa. So I do disagree with that one. Jack and Sher pick Jessy and Tommy. Yeah, I hear it. Yes. Sammy and Kira and Jack and Sher. Yep. Again, I hear it. Helena chose Jack and Sher. Belle, Sean and Lucinda. Sean said how Belle can't take criticism. Facts. She can dish it out all she wants. But the minute someone tries to tell her about, even when Lucinda tried to have that conversation with her, and then it's so funny. It's so funny. When Belle was like that time, oh, shouting is a stretch. I wouldn't say I was shouting. Belle, shouting is your middle name. You don't know how to speak in a normal voice. You generally do not know how to speak in a normal voice. And that's a problem. That's a problem, because me personally, I'm the type of person, right? If someone starts shouting at me, I either walk away or I switch off. Because I really be looking around to see who you're talking to, because it's not me you're shouting at. Oh, no. You're going to come to me and speak to me properly, or you can kindly get away from me. My parents don't even shout at me when they speak to me. So what makes you think you see, this is the thing, I was going to say something mad rude. What makes you think any old person can just come and speak to me anyhow? You've lost the plot. You've actually lost your mind. Tommy and Jessy picked Jack and Sher. Scott and Leanne picked Tommy and Jessy. Lucinda picked Jack and Sher. Jack told Sher, stop. Jack, sorry, am I getting confused? Not Jack. Sean, I was meant to put Sean here. Sean told Sher to stop leading Jack on. And Sher was like, asking him, is she clear that she lead him on? And I feel like Jack wanted to say no, but I feel like he got pressured a bit. Because at the end of the day, I get the feeling that Sher is not that into Jack. And I'm not even in the villa. That's the feeling that I personally get. You can't expect everyone to be saying the same thing or having the same opinion, and you're saying it's not true. It might not, they might be wrong. I might be wrong. But that's the feeling I get, because me personally, if I really like someone and I'm willing to, wanting to sort it out, that's what I'm going to try and do. I'm not going to just sit there awkwardly. I'm going to say, okay, you know what, enough's enough. Let's talk and let's settle this. She's not doing that. And I feel like it's a situation where she wanted him to break it off so she could fully explore things with Harrison. But unfortunately, she didn't get to do that. Excuse me. Couple with the most votes were Sher and Jack for that round. Sher was telling Jack, learn how to back someone. It seems like Sher's not the only person that that's happened to. Whitney went through the same thing. Sher, this is the man you're interested in. Yeah. You're going to have to deal with that one if that's the man you want to invest your time in, because that's the same thing he done to Whitney. Jack don't know how to defend people in public and check them privately. And Whitney even had to tell him the same thing. He doesn't know how to do it. He doesn't. The man is that man. That boy doesn't know how to do that. The next one is, which couple is most likely to cheat? Whitney and Yemen picked Belle and Harrison. 100% on. And it's not even for Belle's sake. It's Harrison. I don't trust that boy as far as I can throw him. Jack and Sher picked Belle and Harrison again. Kieran picks Belle and Harrison. Carrington and Helena. If I'm just naming one name, by the way, it's the couple I'm talking about, because I didn't have time to write down both names. Carrington, Belle and Harrison. Harrison, Helena and Carrington. Jessy, Helena and Carrington. Millie, Helena and Carrington. Leanne, Belle and Harrison. Lucinda, Belle and Harrison. I really mix. When I was trying to type fast, so I put Belle and Sean here. So that's why I still, if I'm pausing, it's because I'm getting thrown off by my notes. Then obviously now, Sean is starting to explain his point. And Belle is now starting to shout at Sean. Even people are saying, Belle, leave it, like, relax, like, calm down. She's actually doing too much. She's doing way too much. Like, everyone else can explain their point. The minute it gets to Lucinda and Sean, it's a big problem. It's obvious she doesn't like these two. But at this point, it's like, it's bullying, because you allow everyone to explain their point. Why can't Sean say his? And it's actually so crazy, because I'm fully defending Sean now, and I don't feel bad about it, and I don't feel shame. Maybe a few days ago or last week I would have said, I don't care. I'm openly with my chest supporting this guy. Who would have actually thought in big 2026 I'll be supporting Sean Stone and Lucinda Strafford? Lord have mercy. Yes, I'm saying their full government name. Which couple are in it for the clout? They should have all said themselves. I'm sorry. You guys can't tell me that people don't go on Love Island to get clout. Let's not do that. I'm saying all of them. All of them. They're all in there for the same thing. Half of them are not in there for love. You can't tell me that when... Sorry. You can't tell me when half of them come out, they'll probably stay together for 3 months and then they're breaking it off. I don't want to hear it. So Whitney, Lucinda and Sean. Sher, Lucinda and Sean. Kieran, Lucinda and Sean. Kieran's reason was they like to both be the center of attention. Okay. Carrington and Harrison. Oh, both of them, but like Carrington and Helena, Harrison and Belle picked Lucinda and Sean. Sean mentioned Jessy getting involved. Yes. Jessy came in, That was probably her second day in the villa, her second or third day, and she decided to pipe up to Lucinda. Jessy saying, "Oh, that wasn't even a conversation I was bringing up. I wasn't gonna bring up the whole situation, you're chiming in and giving your opinion when it's not warranted. Nobody asked you. Last time I checked, the person next to me and the person to my left here, we don't care for your opinion. We never asked. Now you thought, if I do this, the public is gonna agree. We don't know. You're a beg. You are a beg. You are, and like I said on TikTok, and I'm gonna say it here, you are like that kid in school that does things to get attention and no one pays them no mind. That's what you're talking about. Lucinda looking for airtime. I'm sorry, Jessy. So you're telling me what you done yesterday wasn't you trying to look for airtime? You're a big hypocrite. I don't like Jessy. Joey Essex, you dating Joey Essex or being with him must have gassed up your brain. It must have. Because you was mute on your side. I don't even remember you that I remember you very briefly. I barely remember you from your season. You was mute. Now you have all this mouth, you have all this chest, you're talking up. Talk up for the right things. If you got nothing to say, shut up. Tommy and Jessy picked Lucinda and Sean. Jessy says Sean's point is irrelevant. Lord, I really be typing quickly. Oh yeah. So Jessy says Sean's point is irrelevant and tells them to back the F up. But you're irrelevant. Sean was defending Lucinda. That's relevant to me. What you said to Lucinda was irrelevant. So that's why Sean came over and said, you look stupid. And you do. You do. And what's funny is those two was actually on the same season as well. That's what's actually funny. And it's crazy to me because what Sean was doing on his season, Jesse's not doing it on this season. It's actually crazy. So when that question comes, who's in it for clout, they're all in there for the same thing. All of them. You can't tell me that when people go back on All Stars, it's not to try and either rebrand themselves or to get a better image. Or to look for love. Because look, we see Tom, Claire, and Molly. They're engaged and stuff like that. So the odd few occasion, and there's what's that guy's name? What's that the Saturdays her sister's in the Saturdays. I can't remember her name. But there's her and I forgot the guy that she's with. I can't remember his name. But they're still together. So I'm guessing, yes, it can work, it can happen. But most of the time, I feel like people just go on there for clout. If I'm being totally honest. Most of the votes for that game was Lucinda and Sean. Next, we have which couple has the least sexual chemistry. So Whitney picked Jessy and Tommy. Sher picked Jessy and Tommy. Sammy, Tommy, Jessy and Tommy. Carrington, Jessy and Tommy. Harrison, Jessy and Tommy. Jessy, Sher and Jack. Lucinda, Tommy and Sean. Scott, Jessy and Tommy. Lucinda, Jessy and Tommy. Yeah, Jessy and Tommy. And that makes sense because they've been together for like 0.2 seconds. Swiftly moving on. Which couple are the least? Is it? Yeah, the least honest with their feelings. Whitney says Sher and Jack. I agree. Sher said Hellington and Carrington, you know. Not me actually giving them ship name. Helena and Carrington. Kieran, Sher and Jack. Helena, Jessy and Tommy. Belle, Scott and Leanne. Tommy, Sher and Jack. Sher then goes to bring up, oh, her life is phenomenal outside of this. If she didn't want to be here, she could leave. Okay, bye, go. Well, you got dumped today anyway. But I don't understand when people say this stuff. Okay, your life is so phenomenal. Why did you come on in the first place? I'm just asking a question. I don't get why people say, and that's why I'm glad, because she said it twice, and that's why I'm glad Whitney said something, because it's like, we all have great lives outside of this. Every single one of them, mind you, have great lives outside. They're all influencers, by the way. They're all influencers. They're all making money outside of Love Island. They're all making big money as well. So all their lives are good. So, sure, I'm confused as to why that you kept saying that. That's not actually a valid reason. So, I'm glad Whitney checked her about that. I'm actually glad she checked her about that because you still came on here. You didn't have to. And you're on an all-star season. So, yeah. Whitney's diabolical because Whitney said that Jack. Whitney is actually that. How could Whitney say that Jack ain't gonna get funnier? Diabolical behavior. Absolutely diabolical. Scott picked Sher and Jack, and then Belle started to shout down the place again. Guys, I'm not gonna strain my voice. As you guys can say, my voice is very croaky. I don't have the energy within me as well to that's why I'm staying very calm, because I'm so done with I'm just so through with Belle shouting. It's actually too much. That's all she knows how to do. She's actually coming like an ogre. I'm so sorry. I said what I said. I told you lot already. There's no more being nice. That's what them ogres does do. You know in Shrek, the ogres, the dragons, they shout. Let me not do that. But that's what it's coming like. She's not ladylike. I'm so sorry. Belle is not ladylike, and she's wondering why she's the reject in the villa at the moment. Why every man is curving her to the side. You're not in your feminine energy. A man doesn't really want someone that they're gonna come home to and it's World War III. Men don't like that, you know. They don't like that. I'll tell you. I've been around enough men and enough women to understand what they like. A man doesn't want to be battling, and you're the type of woman, Belle. Unfortunately, you're man them. I'm sorry, you're man them. I would see Belle on the street and be like, "Yo, my bro, what you telling me? I shouldn't be doing that to you. I should be like, hey, how are you? Like, I wouldn't do that to Belle. I would spud her. Yo, my guy, what you telling me? That's what I'll do. I'm being dead serious because that's the energy you give off. I'm sorry, I said what I said. Which couple are staying together until something better comes along? So Whitney picked Jack and Sher, Jessy and Tommy, Kieran, Sher and Jack, Helena, Belle and Harrison, Belle, Helena and Carrington, Jessy, Sher and Jack, Millie, Belle and Harrison, Leanne, Sher and Jack, Lucinda, Jessy and Tommy, and the couple that got the most votes was Sher and Jack. I agree. I feel like if Harrison picked Sher, she would have been happier. So this is where it got interesting. Which couple are the biggest game players? Whitney starts off to say Sean and Lucinda. Jack, Scott, and Leanne. I can see why with that one. We all know the reason as to why they will pick Scott and Leanne. More on Scott's side though. Kieran, Lucinda, and Sean. Helena, Tommy, and Jessy. Belle, Leanne, and Scott. Jessy, Lucinda, and Sean. I put here, shut up, Jessy, your tears were fake. Oh yeah, I know why I put that now. So, Jessy was like, she's apologized to everyone. No, Sean was like, he's apologized to everyone. They've apologized to everyone that they've made upset. And Jessy's like, you didn't apologize to me for making me cry. You don't count. Those were Carringtons. We don't conform to the Carringtons. If someone is genuinely upset, cool, I would reason and I'll understand. I'm not a mean person. If I've genuinely made someone upset, yo, like, I'm sorry. You know, I'm very empathetic. I'm not empathetic to Jessy. She set herself up for that. And even if let's say those tears were real, you done that to yourself, my darling. So I don't have sympathy for you. Cry me a river. Cry me a river. Cry me a river till thy kingdom come. There's no sympathy over here. Because I'm telling you, Jessy was forcing all those things. I literally was watching and she was like, wait, hold on. Like, bro, she was trying to force them out. I'm telling you. And you know what I would have said if she said that to me? You couldn't put me on a show like this, you know. You know what I would have said if she said that to me? I would have been like, cry me a river, I don't care about your damn tears. I don't care how that would have made me look. I don't care if the public would have hated me. That's what the response she would have got. That's what I'm saying. These people, they wouldn't want me. I'm telling you, me and Belle would have a good time in that villa. Me and Belle would have a good time in that villa because I will put her in her place. I'm sorry. At this point, I want people to know I don't argue with ladies. I think it's not, as a man, you shouldn't be going back and forth with a woman. I would just say a few things to Belle to shut her down. That's it. Back and forth, no, but I would tell her a few things about herself to humble her so she knows about herself. She's too bright. To think I actually liked Belle at the start. Crazy, crazy, crazy work. So then, obviously, Lucinda gets upset because, like, you know, people are saying stuff towards Lucinda and basically coming for her character. And Jessy was like, you know, she's glad that people are starting to see the real Lucinda from how she is on the outside or something along those lines, she said. And then Lucinda walked off inside and started crying. Here, Belle. Sammy as well. PR stunt. It's a PR stunt. A girl is crying. Someone is upset. And this was Belle's actions, mocking her. Oh my gosh. This is the thing. If I start saying words, I then have to start bleeping out stuff, and I can't be asked to do that today. I have to go out really early tomorrow, so I want my editing to be very minimal. Okay. Belle is not a nice person. Sammy's not a nice person. Jessy is not. These three girls, they're not nice people. So if I was to start saying some words, I'm putting some words in their tail now. I don't want no one to tell me nothing. They're not nice. They don't deserve kindness. They don't deserve my respect. They are not nice. They're bullies. The three grizzly bears is what I'm calling them. Their lives must be miserable for them to be. And it's like Lucinda and Sean say, they take it way too serious. It's true. They take things way too seriously. That's what I think. You've conformed to the rage baiting. That's your own fault. And then Belle utters her big trap to come and say she's a grown woman. So what? Grown women can't cry. Belle, Belle, grown women cannot cry. Grown women are not allowed to cry. So what? What's the age where people should stop crying then? You tell me. What's the age where people should stop crying? Because since you're a psychologist, you tell me what age a grown woman should stop crying. Is it 18? That's where they should stop? Shut. I'm gonna have to edit that out now. But I'm sorry, I cannot hold it in. I can't. Because Belle is really infuriating me. I don't like how she's acting. It's not nice. It's quite triggering actually. It's not nice. And I also put here as well, you're talking about she's a grown woman, yet you're screaming and shouting every chance you get. That's not grown woman behavior. You're acting like a toddler. When the toddler don't get what they want, they throwing their toys out the pram. That's how you're behaving. Again, you're actually a hypocrite. Let me move on from this segment because I actually have nothing nice to say about Belle. I promise you. The thoughts I'm thinking, I'm telling myself not to say it because, yeah, let's move on. So obviously, when Lucinda was crying, Maya actually had to run in and basically check on her to make sure that everything is okay and stuff like that. And the fact that obviously Sean is there defending her still, but it's like the fact that no one else ran after her. Lucinda and Sean are alone in that villa. They are actually alone. And you know what? I don't care if they win. Whether, let's say Lucinda is in there for clout. Let's say she is playing the biggest game. I don't care. Guys, I don't care. Lucinda and Sean for the win. Sorry. It's got to that point. What did I get up to? So Millie picked Helena and Carrington. Scott picked Helena and Carrington. Sean picked Scott and Leanne. And basically explaining the whole Scott and Leanne situation. Whitney and Yeaman, Kieran and Sammy, and Millie and Zach were the winners as nobody voted for them at all. Sher and Jack, because they received the most votes, have been dumped. And I celebrated. I said yes. Finally, Jack is gone. It shouldn't have taken this long, but he's gone. He didn't make it to the final, so thank the Lord for that. There's then the interview that they do, and they basically explain how they've had a rocky journey. They've been very open with their communication. And Maya kind of asks about the back and forth with Whitney, and Cher was like, listen, deep down they love each other, and they both don't know when to be quiet. And I can agree to that because they're both big personalities. They both match each other's energy. That's why I said it's very interesting for Whitney now because there's someone that's on her level that can match her energy. Cher can match her energy. And she's Latina as well. Latinas actually don't play. They don't. Like they don't play. They will match your energy. So yeah, I gotta give it to her. We then have Helena and Carrington. Helena tells Carrington, don't get dragged into Harrison's BS. Helena, you turned that to the wrong person. Carrington is Harrison in different fun. Go back and watch Perfect Match. Watch the Perfect Match and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. That's what I'm going to say with that. the men are starting to realize that Belle jumps in every situation. I thought it was Lucinda and Sean that was like that. Oh. And now they're starting to realize how Lucinda and Sean really triggers Belle. Yikes. So this is where I said you've seen a prime example of Leanne not being able to communicate. Leanne obviously still has the whole situation that Scott took her through on her mind. And Scott can tell that something is visibly wrong. And this is why I don't care for these two. Scott can see something is visibly wrong. He's asking her, everything all right? She says she's fine. This is why I find Leanne irritating. And listen, we've all done it, yeah? As humans, we've all done it. People will ask me, oh, Tarek, how are you? I'm fine. Even though I'm not fine. We've all done it, but this is someone you're getting to know. And you're still not communicating. And this is what I'm saying. The communication skills is shit. I don't care for these two. It's shit. And it's irritating. I don't like people when they do that. If I'm asking you if you're okay and you're telling me you're fine when I know you're not fine, I'm gonna leave you there. I'm gonna leave you there, to be honest. I'm not in your mind. I'm not gonna try to read your mind either. We then get a preview for Sunday night and it's the video calls from home. And yeah, that is it, guys. Guys, I'm going to rest my voice. My voice, as I was recording this whole thing, my throat is hurting me. So this weekend, I'm going to rest. I'm away this weekend. I'm going to see my brother, my niece, my nephew. I cannot wait to go and see them. And yeah, guys, I will see you on Sunday. In regards to Love is Blind, whenever I'm free, you'll just see Love is Blind. But yeah, I'll see you guys on Sunday. Take care. May God bless you all. Have a wonderful weekend. See you on Sunday.